This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports, from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it. Like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. Here's Eric, John, Chris, and the coach.
Welcome back, my friends. If you're new, then welcome in. Patriot Sports Radio. We're going to recap some games, do whatever the chat says. We got John here, looking fabulous as ever. How's it going, John?
Oh, it's great. I'm doing well.
Another fabulous week of football in the books. Chris, how's the production department running today?
Excellent, brother. Everything's rocking and rolling, ready for some Monday Night Football.
Like a Swiss watch. We were just
Maybe we're gonna get some Najee Harris tonight. That's what I'm hoping for.
Is that what you need? What do you need to happen tonight in Monday Night?
Yeah, I need Najee to get about 100 million. 100 million. Is that in the books?
I don't know about 100 million. 100 yards, maybe.
I was just thinking about Najee Harris, Eric, because last year we were in the Dynasty League together, and you were this was your guy.
Yeah,
Najee was your guy. Like from the jump, you were on Najee.
Yep, I think I had like the 6th or 7th pick in the startup, and I took him in the first round. I was all excited. But Steelers always give their running back the ball 20 times. This is going to be great. And then rookie year, that's what it was. He wasn't that good, but he just kept getting opportunities to get like 10 targets and like 15 carries. So you can't not get points when you're doing that. But then this Liz Frank thing. I hear the word Liz Frank, I run. That's what happens.
That's what she said.
That bitch Liz Frank has taken down many a good man. Sammy Watkins, Julio Jones. Najee Harris would just be another notch for her. So I traded him for Nick Chubb. I think
that was a great trade.
Yep. But then it became clear I wasn't going to win the league, so I had to trade Nick Chubb to John. Who you got Josh Jacobs on that team too. Josh Jacobs, 300 scrimmage yards. I'd look this up if it's ever been done before.
Is that in one game? Look at John over there all smug. Like, yeah,
That's right.
I made a phone call.
Yeah, I also lit up our text chain. Take that, Eric. 48 points.
Jeez. Yeah, that 87-yard touchdown run at the end wasn't really necessary.
Yeah,
I didn't think. But the last time it happened was Julio Jones, week 4 of 2016. He had 300 receiving yards against Carolina. I had him on my fantasy team that week. No touchdowns. I lost. I remember losing that week. I had to be the only guy. But 11th player ever. It's hard to believe there's been 10 players who posted 300 yards, but it's like every time he got the ball. And they were throwing to the other guys.
Should we take a guess at who the others are?
I don't have the list, but I bet I can look it up. I know Julio did it.
Heather's in the house. She says the cool kids come hang out first.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Heather. I think we're gonna break down your fantasy team today.
Yeah, let's do it.
I was doing a little research on Heather's fantasy team. She's got some guys she can drop, I believe. She's got Melvin Gordon on her team still, so we can get rid of him.
You know what else we got? What else we got tonight?
What else we got?
I'm going to tell her. Corn Puff's a bad dude.
I totally forgot about that.
Nice.
Oh, man. That made my whole day right there.
We got Finnegan's Corn Pop player of the week.
Does it get more grassroots than that right there?
No.
Finnegan announcing our Corn Pop of the Week segment.
Bad dude.
Yeah.
I said we were going to break down her fantasy team. She says it is broken down. I think she got smashed out.
Yep. She had a rough week. I was looking. I saw she started Evan Engram, who I kept saying was I mean, he's the one guy, is going to get you some points. He got her 1.5 points.
That's some points, right?
Some point, I guess.
Point.
I don't know if 1.5 is plural or not.
You got to get 2 to get plural, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's no rounding up.
There's no
rounding up.
What else you got, Eric?
Foster Moreau and Njoku were on her bench. So that, you were pushing for Foster Moreau, which
I was. I started Foster Moreau.
She's also got Melvin Gordon on. I said Melvin Gordon already, but here's my idea for Melvin Gordon. She needs some wide receivers. Alec Pierce hasn't played. I think she should see if she can drop Melvin Gordon and pick up Alec Pierce before this game starts.
Can you do that right now, Heather?
I don't know if you can. I don't know if
I don't know
Gordon.
if they're all locked down. No, Melvin's going to be locked up.
Gordon's locked too. I thought maybe because he's a free agent, he wasn't. Okay. Well,
What up, Jonah?
Jonah's here. Top of the evening, Jonah.
Heather says we're at the gym right now for Ainsley's practice, and he hurt himself and is now running around yelling Corn Pop is a bad dude. That's perfect.
He is Corn Pop.
That makes John happy.
Yeah.
What sport?
That's her daughter. She's gymnastics. They're at the gym. She does. They do gymnastics on a different level than everybody else.
Okay.
They're,
So
they're
that's
like
carrying.
5 days a week.
I believe it.
Boy carrying in that gym. I mean, I think I nominated him for Corn Pop of the Week. That was a bad too right there. I saw Tyreek Hill drag a teammate off the field when they were cramping up. I like that. So they wouldn't.
Wow, I didn't see that.
I think it was Jeff Wilson.
Uh-oh, I did not see
Still
that.
all cramped up. He reached out his arms and Tyreek grabbed his two arms and like slid him off
Oh,
the
Lord.
field.
Bad Sunday for Wilsons.
That's putting football first right there. I had some ideas written down for the Chiefs defense is available in her league too. I think she's got to grab the Chiefs defense. Andrew Robb was telling us about them yesterday.
Yep, snag him up.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
She
Far
says, hang on. So who's the guy? If you can pick up
Alec Pierce, wide receiver,
Pierce.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, you got to drop Cousins. Or
Yep.
Yeah, well, and Cooper Cup. Yeah, we can't hold on to Cooper Cup. He's not coming back this year.
I think she's got an
gotta go
IR
make-
spot.
If you got an IR spot, you can stick him in there.
Yep, but don't take up an actual roster spot with them.
We got to win now. It's time to win.
Yep,
It's late in the season.
it's getting to playoff time. This is so her starting lineup this week was Mahomes, Kamara, Singletary, Debo, St. Brown, Ingram, Jamal Williams, Cowboys, and McPherson. Because the Chiefs kicker is available too, Bucker, but she's got McPherson, so I think we just hang on to him. It's really just about
It's a good
picking
team.
up anybody talented out there on the waiver wire. Ty Johnson had 14 points. And actually, now that I think about it, Michael Carter left that game with an ankle injury. Ty Johnson might be valuable, at least in the short term. And then Gus Edwards is out there too. And Tyler Algier. I think she should definitely pick up Tyler Algier because he's just a guy who gets 12 to 15 carries every single week. And he does not belong on the waiver wire.
No.
I mean, she's got Kamara and Singletary, and then basically Jamal Williams, and then after that she needs running back help. So I think we drop one of these tight ends. Does she just roll with Njoku for the rest of the season? He did have 13.9 points this week. So if he's all the way back.
She says she dropped Gordon for Pierce. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted there.
Game on.
We just got through a loophole, boys.
So what's happening with Watson and Brissett over there?
Watson's coming back, baby.
When?
This week.
This
This
week.
week.
At the
Yeah,
What does that
check
do
his
to
schedule? Because
Njoku?
I thought it was a hot game for him to come back too. Like, aren't they
Yeah,
playing?
at the
Houston?
Texans.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping Njoku on my roster. I'm keeping Foster Moreau on my roster, and I'm jetting Evan Ingram. That's what I'm
Yep.
doing.
Yep, I like that.
Because we don't know what Njoku is. Let's just hang on to him for a couple
We don't-
weeks. Maybe he's a fucking superstar and we ride him to the playoffs. This could be a diamond in the rough. We got a new quarterback coming in.
Yep.
Take a breath on that one.
Yep. Absolutely. Then tight end is squared away. So now with Pierce, she's got Debo, Amon-Ra
Ayuk.
St. Brown,
Mo, she's loaded.
Pierce, and Ayuk.
Yeah, let's go.
So
That's playoff ready.
That's pretty solid. You only
Yeah.
need like 2 or 3.
What? Say the running back room again. What
The
who's
running-
in there watching film?
Singletary.
She's got Kamara, Singletary, and Jamal Williams.
Okay, that's where we need help.
Yep. Now available are Ty Johnson, Gus Edwards, Tyler Algier.
Gus,
Those three, I think, for sure should be considered.
yeah, we got to get one or two of those guys on your team.
And then
So who do
Amir
we drop?
Abdullah. Amir Abdullah had 14 points against the Seahawks, but that was kind of just a weird. He doesn't often do that.
I like Algier or Gus Edwards.
Yeah, those are my top two, I think.
So I say you go get them both. I think you can jet Evan Ingram out of here and get Gus Edwards, or and then drop Cousins out of there and go pick up the other one, Edwards and Algier.
Edwards, Algier, Chiefs defense are the three we still want to acquire.
Yep.
So she's dropped Gordon for Pierce. So now she's still got Khalil Herbert. We can drop Khalil Herbert for Gus Edwards. We can drop Kirk Cousins for Algier.
And Evan Ingram or you don't want to roster two defenses. So
yeah, and Evan Ingram for the Chiefs. It's getting time to she'll have the Cowboys and the Chiefs then.
Yeah, then you can roll into the playoffs with them.
She'll probably have a great matchup for every week of the playoffs.
Who's their kicker right now?
She's got McPherson, the Bengals kicker.
Perfect.
Harrison Butker is available, but I think that's a horse.
It's all flipping coins, man. Who cares?
Yeah, Cookers.
Don't get cute with kickers. You'll fuck yourself.
Are so random.
Yeah.
We have kickers in the Dynasty League. I'm going to start a movement to get kickers out of there. So, should we look at some NFL scores? There was some wild shit yesterday. That Bears game was not supposed to be. I mean, the over-under was 38. It ended 31-10 Jets, but the first half was pretty exciting. We have 14, 20, 27 points in the first half. That was wild. Two backup quarterbacks. You didn't even know who your quarterback was going to be right up until kickoff, John. They said Simeon, then they went back to the other guy, then back to Simeon. The dude who threw 5 picks in San Diego.
Peterman.
Yeah.
Northwestern alum. Yeah. He's so bad. I don't know what they did to get Simeon to play, but he wasn't supposed to. They must have taken a look, saw the rain, and said, no way in hell are we starting this guy. Do what you got to do. You're playing. Pretty ugly.
14 of 25 for 179, a touchdown, a pick. That's about what you can expect out of a backup. I don't think Peterman gives you that much.
No. But at this point, just keep losing. I don't care.
Yeah.
Why would we win?
Chase Claypool, 2 receptions, 51 yards, had one real nice catch over Sauce Gardner. Looks like he's starting to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know how complex the offensive playbook is coming from your old quarterback's coach and a defensive head coach, but you wouldn't have thought it would have taken this long to get ramped up.
Yeah, especially considering they sent a second-round pick for him.
Yeah.
But better late than never.
Yeah, knew it was going to be an ugly game when Fields wasn't going to play. Knew we were going to give up points. And, yeah, at this point, just keep losing. I don't care.
Yeah.
Heavy Steps is in the house.
What's up, Heavy Steps? Yeah, Fields could have won that game, I think. Fields can score 27 points. Okay. Let's get this straight. So she's dropping Ingram, Khalil Herbert, and Cousins.
Yes,
Gus
and yes.
Edwards, Algier, and Chiefs. Yes, and yes, you are keeping Dallas. Because then you'll have 2 of the top probably 5 defenses heading into the playoffs. And not only will that be good to have at your disposal, but it'll be good for your opponents not to have. It's time to start thinking about what your opponent needs and making sure you take that from them. Right, Angela? It's all about just taking what you want in this world. How you doing?
I'm good to medium good. How are you guys?
Good to great.
I was just grooming my dog's eyeballs. Sorry about that. I'm in high demand. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
That? You see that on the screen there, Eric?
Freiermuth receiving yards prop. Yeah, I love Freiermuth tonight. His touchdown prop is plus 300. First touchdown plus 300. I'm all over the Muth tonight.
He's on my fantasy team. I'll be cheering for him.
Bovada has this I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but they let you combine first touchdown and 2 touchdowns. So Pat Fryermuth, we're doing it again. First touchdown and 2 touchdowns, 378 to 1, $700 on $2. I mean, I'll throw $2 at that.
I think this is Facebook user is Andy from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
All right, Wisconsin in the house. Is it time to start Jordan Love in fantasy? I don't think not quite.
All aboard the love train.
I think you could start Christian Watson.
Christian Watson looks like a nightmare out there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, when Jordan Love's throwing him the ball, he's got to be coached.
Get out of here.
All Jordan Love knows how to do is that 15-yard slant over the middle. But if he could do it 5 times a game, I think we're okay.
What was your thoughts when he trotted out there? Eric, kind of take us through that.
I was like,
that
good.
drive.
This is perfect. Let's get him out there against this Philadelphia Eagles defense. Let's watch this kid get absolutely destroyed. So there's no questions next year about if we're drafting a quarterback or if we're sticking with Love. He's going to be confirmed bad. And then he went out there and almost won the fucking game. So good luck convincing any. I'm not even sure he's bad anymore.
Right.
He's bad. Get out of here, Eric. Where's Coach at?
Cue the X-Files theme song.
Right.
I gotta find that shit.
I've been completely
Here's the thing.
Whole
this
team looks like a nightmare. It does. Their defense looked good last night, though. They got some sacks in some key moments. I thought they played Hurts as best as you could play him.
You got him 100 rushing yards in the first quarter.
Is that good? I mean, is that good against Jalen Hurts because he breaks some every once in a while? I mean, that's bad if you're playing Brady.
Yeah,
but Jalen Hurts, I mean, you got to contain that guy. He's hard to contain him. And you don't see that in the North. I mean, you better get ready because Fields is going to be that kind of guy. But Jalen's on another level.
Yeah, they did that one long 60 or 70 yard run he broke. They did the read option, and Preston Smith just crashed down after the running back, and Hurts kept the ball. And there was nobody.
Nothing.
Before he even ran out of the pocket, the announcers were like, "Oh, there's nobody over there."
And it's well known that Green Bay's corners do not like to tackle.
Not at all.
Love it. It's a nightmare scenario.
Hey, John.
Alexander is now in a tax bracket where he just doesn't tackle.
Yeah. No. You got a lot of boos last night. A lot. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was watching the game, and when Rodgers was they were showing him behind the scenes, like on the ramp with the shoulder pads off. I was a little relieved.
Yeah.
It's like taking the pressure off. Okay, we're not supposed to win, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
We've been dating this super hot chick, but she's just exhausting.
She is. God.
It's nice to just,
just burp in public sometimes.
Yeah, it's nice to just watch Netflix with a 6 and hang out and almost, win a football game. Let's try some new things out here.
7 was the key there, Heavy Steps. You're right. Heavy was very insistent of, I'll take him at 7, but not a penny more.
Yep.
Or penny less.
Yep.
Got hosed on Baltimore game. That was ridiculous.
I cannot get Baltimore right. Every time I go alt spread on them, they lose outright. It's not good. Eagles going to have trouble with a run heavy team in the playoffs. Yeah. I believe they have the Titans coming up too. I have a Bengals Cowboys division winner parlay, so I'm secretly closet hoping Cowboys win the division. And I think the Eagles could drop a couple down the stretch. They're not looking like the team they were in the first half. Baltimore either. No. I think Baltimore and Philly could both take a little bit of a tumble there towards the playoffs. But at least Philly's addressing it. Like they have a problem. They give up rush yards. They sign somebody.
That's not how the Packers rolls.
Yeah. No, we're like, well, I guess next year we'll draft a kid out of the Pac-12 in the 4th round, and we'll teach him to be a run stopper. And 3 years from now, he'll be able to stop Dalvin Cook's grandson from getting 100 yards. That doesn't help us today.
Yeah,
we're trying to win now. A quarterback.
It's the Packer way.
Yeah.
Right.
Draft and develop the molasses method.
We'll just get him into the Magic Building, and he'll become
any kid from Georgia. We need any kid from Georgia.
Hey, Quay Quay played a decent game last night. He flies around out there. He just needs to know where to go, I think. He has a lot of effort. He just needs a little more smarts behind it, or just time with the scheme. I don't know. Yeah, I was feeling for old Happy Steps yesterday watching that Baltimore game. Damn, my fantasy team's getting its ass kicked, but
Yeah,
that happens. That Ravens 28-29. Were you surprised that Peterson went for the win at the end?
no, he's Dougie Big Balls.
Yep.
That's what they called him in Philly when they won the Super Bowl. Also, Trevor Lawrence is coming around big time.
Dude,
Right.
that last drive
I
was
thought so,
something
too.
else.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looks like
he
a
had-
real life quarterback on the
I think he's outgrown the trauma of Urban Meyer and is now just picking apart defenses.
Could be. He just needed time to process everything that happened. And now he's
Yeah.
okay about football. He knows nobody's going to come up and kick him when he's stretching at practice. And,
Yeah.
you know, he feels good.
I've been
about
waiting
that.
for this because I was really rooting for him out of college. And obviously last year was a dumpster fire. But, I mean, he's a generational talent. It had to emerge at some point. I don't know that somebody can break somebody that easily, even if you are Urban Meyer and you're just a huge prick. But it was only a matter of time before he ended up getting enough reps and seeing enough defensive schemes and, getting past the ghost of Urban Meyer before he actually started to play well. It's good to see.
29 of 37, 321, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I would say that is playing well.
Defensive tackle, Jordan something. That's what Heavy was talking about.
Oh, Jordan Davis. Yeah,
Yep.
Philly has not been the same since Jordan Davis got hurt. Did you think that was a catch at the end? Did the refs get that right? The Packer game? I'm trying to think. Boy, my eyes were fluttering by the end of the Packer game. I was laboring to stay awake. But I took 4 hours off this morning so I could watch the Packer game, so I forced myself. Heather says those Thursday games killed me because I felt like I wasn't ready. I have come to rely on our Sunday morning talks to get my life right. Well, your fantasy football life, anyway. She's crushing real life. I see the posts of her daily goings on. She's doing pretty good at life. Wow, Zay Jones, 11 receptions, 145 yards. I didn't realize that happened. He's spreading it around. 11 to Zay Jones, 5 to JaMychal Hasty, 4 to Christian Kirk, who's allegedly the wide receiver 1, 5 to Jamal Agnew, 3 to Marvin Jones, and 1 reception for 4 yards for our all-star tight end Evan Ingram. He doesn't even deserve for me to get his name right. 1.4 fantasy points. Ooh, boy. They got a guy on their defense named, but I'm not even going to try it. Number 23. Good luck with that. Boyasad. Not going to try it. That's cool. I'm very fascinated by the names in professional sports. This new generation especially. It's got some wild names. All right, we're on names. I guess we've covered the Ravens.
Oh, Baltimore
Jags,
Jags catch at the end. Yeah, that was
It's close. 8% chance of catching it.
Right.
it didn't look like it. My
Oh,
my
the
bookie said
calf.
it wasn't a catch.
The
I was
calf.
questioning if he had possession actually because he was bobbling it a bit.
It really
but
was.
yeah, that
And
was
that
weird.
catch right there is what lost everybody the spread bet on Baltimore.
I thought that was a hell of a call they made right away, like for sure. You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of times something like that happens, they stop the game and let's
Yeah.
look at it.
Huddle
Right.
up.
Right. But they were like, nope, that works. We got shit to do. We're trying to go home.
We got shit to do.
Well, look, you had
Home for dinner.
59. You had 59 other minutes to win this game, and you chose not to. So we're fucking out.
That is definitely like a youth sports thing. Nope. Strike 3. Game's over. What? It was in the dirt.
Yeah, well, I got ham and scalloped potatoes at home, so figure it out.
Scalloped
I guess you should've-
potatoes.
Figure it out.
I guess you should have stole second back in the 4th inning. I don't know what to tell you. Another 1-point game that ended on a 2-point conversion. Chargers Cardinals. That one was fun. Herbert threw it 47 times. 3
Gosh.
touchdowns,
Hey, real
274
quick, let me
yards.
break in on the text to talk hotline.
Ooh, what do we got?
Some
Coach trying to get in?
want to hear your thoughts, Eric.
Coach
on,
wants to know the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah. Stargate 33, coach. It's still Stargate 33. Your thoughts on the new Badger hire, Eric?
I mean, I guess, but we're not keeping Jim Leonard. Jim Leonard's gone. Is that the deal? I don't like that part. I don't like that part. I think Jim Leonard leaves, the whole attitude of the defense leaves. But I'm not well enough versed in college sports to give you a well-informed opinion.
It's a weird year for the Big Ten.
I will say if Jimmy Leonard leaves the building, that's bad.
You've said that for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Purdue is coming out of the West or whatever, legends, leaders, whatever bullshit thing they came up with. It's Purdue versus Michigan. So it's like, where's Penn State? Where's Wisconsin? Minnesota, are they not paddling the canoe or whatever anymore?
They're not rowing the boat anymore?
They're not rowing the boat. Gosh, that guy. I've heard he's the biggest turd in all of college sports. But
that's a tough title to get.
Yeah, it is.
You got to win a ladder match against Nick Saban for that.
That's right. Yeah, but it is weird seeing Purdue emerge when you have these teams like Penn State and Wisconsin that had down years. It kind of makes the Big Ten championship look less than spectacular.
They asked Jim Leonard to stay as D coordinator. That's a slap in the face. You've got to offer him the head coaching job. There's NFL teams that want him to be their head coach. Why do you, a Big Ten program, feel like you're too good for Jim Leonard to be your head coach? I don't understand. Yeah, I'm sure that conversation was, well, I'm the head coach or I'm out of here. What are you talking about, DC? That's my job now. Well, we'll give you a raise. Maybe they offered him some more money.
Do you like the new head coach, Eric?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, we'll see.
Where is he coming out of?
Cincy.
Who is it?
Luke Fickell.
I like that he looks like Adam Sandler. I think there's.
Is there a team that gets screwed over in bowl season more than Cincinnati with coaches leaving?
Luke
Fickell. Brian Kelly.
Fickell.
Yeah.
Fickell. Yeah. Luke Fickell.
We can't. All the names in the world, and we go with Fickell.
I know.
Fickell. I feel like that guy's going to.
You couldn't get an SEC
season.
Are the T-shirts are starting to be in my head?
It's spelled like Fickle, like Brian Fickle, but it's
Fickle
with an F. Fickle.
Yeah. Oh, Heavy Steps loves this hire for Wisconsin, he says.
Okay, I trust him.
Well, that makes
so
me
the
feel
gunslinger from Cincy. We'll see how that fits.
Are we going to be throwing the ball?
Is he bringing a quarterback with him?
Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah, is this because the Big Ten is starting to throw the ball a little more? Maybe we're going to get a guy who's not 3 yards.
Take that, USC, when you come. We got Luke Fickell.
Do we have to say Fickle? We got to get him a nickname quick. I can't say that all the time.
Just
all I
Pickle.
can think of is like the kicker, Ray Finkel.
Right. I was thinking the same thing.
Jacking me up, man.
Fickle Rick. Yeah. If you're a Wisconsin fan, you should be pumped. Well, then I'll be pumped. I trust Heavy Steps on the college. He knows more than that. Yeah, that's true. Look what he did for Desmond Ridder.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the Badger hire, Luke Fickell?
I can tell you what my thoughts are with Heavy Steps, and that's what the hell happened to the Ravens.
Of course. Here he comes. He's got grievances.
What happened to the five-star, 5-unit lock of the century that was going to stud my books? Meanwhile, I'm into my wallet, just trying to hold on to my ass with both hands at the end of that, and I end up getting just railroaded on that. It was terrible. Good gravy. All right, moving on. What do we got? Next topic.
We were talking about a man called Luke Fickell and whether or not he's good for the Wisconsin football program.
Listen, I can't tell you guys if that's a better hire or the Rule hire in Nebraska. They're both home runs.
I love the Rule hire.
Oh, my gosh.
What do you like about Fickell? Why Fickell?
Well,
why is he good?
Well, here's the thing. Cincinnati, it's not just like they won. It's not just like he built a winning program and they started hitting the dadgum bowl, every year or whatever. He built a powerhouse, like a juggernaut. And as a team, I'll tell you this. I'm excited about Cincinnati coming to the Big 12 because what he's built there has been really great. And we're talking about a team that made the playoffs. I mean, playoffs. I mean, we're talking about a team. We're talking about a non-Power 5 team that made the playoff series. And so
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's him. He built a squad there. And not only that, man, they can play. They're really pretty good. He's a good coach. He's a good guy. I think he'll do great. I think he's a good fit for the brand of football they play. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, there's high standards there, but I think he'll meet them. I don't know who Wisconsin believes they're going to go out and get. I mean, if you've got a problem with the Fickell hire, who'd you think? Who was on your short list? You think you were going to go get Jeff Saturday or Saban? You were going to go ahead and hook Saban in? Is that what you said? Because
I don't know, some SEC castaway. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
they've done it in the past. They got Bielema that way, right?
Well, and we all see how well that went. I mean, the Bielema hire was, should have been again. I say that. Here's the real question: what's the expectations for a Badger fan? What is your expectations? It's the same in Oklahoma State. What is your expectations? Do you expect to go undefeated and win the Big Ten? Because let me just say, you got to get through a team called Michigan and Ohio State first, and that has been an uphill climb for both of them. I mean, you got to get there first. Yeah. When you got to win your conference before you can become a national powerhouse.
And so here's a concern I have with coaches like that going to a big school. So now he's got to compete with Michigan and Ohio State. And I feel like he's been good at recruiting 4-star recruits, but is he good at recruiting 5-star recruits? That's where time will tell. I'm not saying he can't do it, but you see some of these guys get elevated to their level of incompetence, and then they just flounder a little bit. Look at Nebraska. Well, so I'll be interested to see how this works.
I agree with what you're saying, John, and here's my argument to that. In order to become and run the table at Cincinnati, you're not just recruiting 4-star people and getting the most out of them. You're recruiting 4-star people and you're beating 5 stars.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that Cincinnati is not scheduling, is scheduling the Sisters of the Poor in the offseason. I mean, they're any place, anytime, anywhere kind of cats. They'll come and play you. Mm-hmm. But be careful, because they might show up and beat your ass. I mean, and that's where the schools around here, namely, the big ones, that's why Saban has some powder puff off-season schedule. That's why some of these guys do that, because you don't necessarily want a guy that's going to come into your stadium and kick your teeth in when you're in your non-con schedule. I mean, that's not something
situation.
You don't need people coming in here
supposed to win.
In today's day and age, it doesn't do you any good to schedule a juggernaut in the offseason. I mean, in the non-con.
None. It really does. There's zero chance. There's only downside to that.
Absolutely. And if you're a team like Cincinnati and you're looking for a game, I mean, if you're the bad boy on the block, as far as if you're the corn pop of the independent world, and you're out there looking for the you're looking for the game.
I'm gonna tell it. Corn pop's a bad dude.
He's a bad dude. If you're that guy, you roll into town, it starts becoming tumbleweeds. The phones don't start ringing off the hook for people that are wanting a piece of you if you start beating people. I just think the guy's got the most out of the talent that he's had. And that's all you can ask from a coach. And I'm excited to see him at a big table on a big stage.
Well, now I'm excited. He said, Andy, I believe this is still Andy over at Facebook. They still have to get player in under their high standards. Oh, they still have to get the players in under their high standards at Madison, because it is an academic juggernaut over there. Doesn't matter what he did at Cincinnati. Madison is one of the hardest schools to get into as an athlete. That is a different challenge for recruiting.
Yeah.
You
better also be scoring touchdowns at school all the time.
Fickell didn't even want to go to Notre Dame.
Well, and Notre Dame is a horse of another color. Notre Dame is a different animal.
How about America's team, huh? Look at Kamish staring it back to the NFL. Tua undefeated.
Tua remains undefeated. They have not lost a game that he started and finished.
First off, this is going to get me fired up here real quick. Who are we calling America's team? Because I didn't get a vote
The
on
Dolphins.
That.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Tua and the Dolphins.
Let's just tread lightly on we're throwing that term around on teams, for instance.
Hey, Kamish, you can come on this show and do Fantasy Feud anytime. Absolutely. Coach needs to get on some of that.
Yep.
What is it?
He does the game show called, instead of Family Feud, it's Fantasy Feud. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah, Cole. We should hammer Cole and Cole and Coy would rock at that.
We gotta get them on there.
We gotta get them on the commission show.
They would dig it.
You know that's just the jinx Miami needed as they go to San Francisco this week, the Chargers the next week, and then Buffalo the following week. So we'll check back in a fortnight and see where they're at.
That game in Buffalo is going to be cold, and that'll tell us, I think, what they'll be like in the playoffs. Because let's just see this really fast team play in the snow. I think they're good. I think McDaniel can draw up some run plays, but
and they're all away, and they're all long ass flights. So good luck with that.
Home field would be huge for them.
I don't want to. And we'll get right back to this. I just want to ask a question for the panel here. What's the harder mountain to climb? If you're Rule or you're Fickle, which one's the harder mountain to climb right now?
Rule.
No, Nebraska hasn't done.
Nebraska's on they're a dumpster fire, coach.
And
Wisconsin
now the expectations are sky high.
I mean, I got to tell you, I think that I think it the other way, and here's why: because the expectations at Wisconsin are ridiculous, and the fan base is fickle. And you have at Nebraska, the fan base is they are fickle, but they are also realist. Nebraska has been a perennial power before. They are a household name. And here's my thing: one college in the state, state of Nebraska. That helps.
College in the state of Wisconsin.
Ish.
Whitewater?
Ish. I mean,
Whitewater's D3.
Marquette and basketball, they don't play football.
Basketball, Wisconsin has some competition.
But we have the Packers here.
Wisconsin's program is
Nebraska only has Nebraska.
There's nothing in Nebraska. Nothing. You're the one-man band.
Yeah.
I think Wisconsin's program, there's a lot of support behind the whole thing from the top all the way to the bottom, though. That
both
is
of them.
Benefit.
They're very similar. They're very similar jobs.
Yeah.
Really similar fan bases, really similar programs. They've both been successful. Nebraska probably a higher ceiling all the way, the highest ceiling of the two, historically speaking. But, both of them have high expectations. And they're both going to be, they're both great jobs. And they're both great hires. Anybody that's a fan of either one of those ought to be just thrilled to death. Because, like I said, tell me who was your other plan B? Who else were you going to get? Anyhow, we can go back to
I
NFL.
was hoping to get Rule, but
yeah.
I would just like to hear from somebody who says it wasn't a good hire to tell me who you thought you were going to get.
And based on the timing,
like a better hire than I thought.
Based on the timing of when they came out with it, Fickle was probably there in case of emergency break glass guy. I guess Rule's going to Nebraska, so let's call Fickle. And if he's still interested.
You guys are Wisconsin people. Did you not think it was a home run when they hired Bielema? Because I thought that was a good fit too. And that dude didn't. That was oil and water,
right?
Yeah. And then they had the Chris guy. At some point, again, this is like Frank Solich, where be careful because you start canning people who win 9 games a season, and you go backwards.
Yeah, you go to 6.
Yeah. You can't a guy that wins 9 games a season and you get a guy that wins 6. That's exactly right.
Hey, Heavy Step says your coach play of the week coming up.
I need it.
Plus 6.5. Gonna double down on it if it goes to 7. There you go. Nebraska. He's saying Nebraska's a way harder job. Nebraska has Larry the Cable Guy behind them. They'll be fine.
I dig that.
Hey, you got us there. That's a fact.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Titans are going to Philly next week.
Get her done. Get her done.
these kids today weren't born when Nebraska was on top. That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true. America doesn't
that
remember
is
Nebraska
true.
being
It's
good.
Tim
They
Couch,
weren't watching.
1996.
It's been a
They
long
weren't
time.
watching the
something
gritty
else for you guys.
television on.
I'm,
OU.
man, I'm coming in hot today. I got something else for you guys. Listen, there's no need to make an agenda. I bring my own. Eric, where are you going? Come sit back down. This one's for you. So today I saw a deal that speaking of warriors of the old, Colorado, Deion came out and said Colorado has offered him the job. And not only that, they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. So my question to the panel here, to you guys is, what do you think a fit like that would be? And immediately after reading that, I thought, hey, great job, Buffs. Way to step out there and throw your satchel on the table and say, we want this guy. I mean, what a bold strategy by whoever's running the ship down for the Golden Buffaloes. I mean, that's good stuff, man. That's good
that
stuff.
day was coming, regardless. There was going to come a day soon when people wanted Deion Sanders. So why?
Well, we're talking about Deion Sanders.
We're talking about prime time.
Going to
Deion
Colorado Buffs.
going to Boulder.
Well, and I was thinking, what a wild.
How the hell is our boy getting passed up in Kansas City again? Bieniemy.
Well, and listen, we've talked about this at our table here. We've talked about it. That dude must have something in his closet. He must
gotta be.
He fucking ran a guy over or something.
He's got
He
to
pulled
have
some
something.
Succession shit, and somebody covered it up, and now he just.
Well, it's got to be bad, whatever it is, because that dude, man. I mean,
he should have a job.
He's on the top of everybody's list and gets hired by nobody.
No one.
I mean, he's been on
He's
been on top of everybody's list for the last 4 years.
But now
I gotta say,
this
it's
year,
gotta be him.
now because he's not even on the list anymore. He's not even being talked about. He's not being his name's not out there like it was 4 years ago.
Oh, it's on the list this year.
It comes up every time. Every time Black Monday comes around.
We're talking about Bieniemy, right?
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah,
the running back from Colorado, who should be number one on Colorado's list.
There's got to be something to it.
Yeah,
unless he doesn't. Yeah.
I did some online sleuthing on the guy a while back, and apparently he's a huge dick. is what it boils down to.
He's has one or is one.
He's not fun to work with. I can't speak.
Right.
I can't speak to his anatomy, but he's not somebody people like to work with.
So quit asking.
And that is just hearsay, but it adds up. I mean, if you're a guy who has that success.
If he is a huge dick, nobody wants him around. If he has a huge dick, he's just a threat to everybody else. Nobody wants him around.
Well, he's a great fit where he's at.
Yeah. Matt Nagy did him no favors either because he left Kansas City and basically confirmed that it's all Andy Reid down there. So what if you hire everybody after Matt Nagy sucked? They're like, oh, so he just happened to be the offensive coordinator down there at the time when Mahomes showed up. So people might be worried about, well, if we hire Bieniemy, is he just another Nagy? Like, is it just?
I think there's no secret that the guy that pulls the strings and makes the cart go down there is the big walrus. I mean, he's the guy.
But when Mahomes had a problem with the game plan at the end of the game, he was yelling at Bieniemy. So he's got to be heavily involved in the decision making and the play calling and so forth. Yeah, it's got to be something because you see way lesser assistants get picked up.
I just thought that was wild when I heard that today, and I thought, man, where is he going to end up? Because if Florida State opens, I think that's a natural fit anywhere in Florida. Yeah. He's a Florida guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going north. He's not going where there's snow.
I didn't realize.
And that's not neon.
I just thought it was Florida. A great strategy by the athletic director there. And go ahead and leak it. Go ahead and leak it that I'm that guy that's out there kicking rocks trying to find our next dude. I mean, if I'm that dude and I'm the Colorado athletic director, I'm on every media outlet going, hey, listen, let me tell you, I'm going to get a dude in here. We're going to win. We're going to get a guy. I'm going coast to coast. It's on.
There's got to be people asking the fan base, like, hey, Eric Bieniemy played here. Like, let's think, nice little redemption arc. Maybe not.
Well, and I mean, like he's a natural fit. I mean, That's a guy you could set the hook in and lure back. He's alumnus.
Yeah. He's been giving them money for years. It'd be nice to get some back, I'm sure he thinks.
Well, I agree. Heavy says Dion to Cincy, but I gotta say, I'm thinking he's a Florida coast guy. So if there's a job that comes open in Florida, I could see him going to FAU or whatever. I was looking the other day, there's like 13 D1 schools in Florida.
Yeah, that sounds
it's right. Ridiculous. And they're all good. They're all pretty good.
Ooh, breaking. Aaron Donald suffered a high ankle sprain in the loss to the Chiefs. I bet they shut him down.
IDP leagues are crying.
Yeah, you've been riding him in your IDP league, I'm sure. They're going to shut him down. Now Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, and Aaron Donald all on the shelf. How's that working out for you? Paying all the old guys. How's that working?
Oh, it was fun last year.
Coach, what do you think about tonight, brother?
Oh man,
Pillow fight, is this sponsored by My Pillow? Mike Lindell showing up at halftime, dancing around.
Man, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about tonight. I really am.
I don't excited. I think it's gonna be a good one.
Oh, nice.
The Fighting Jeff Saturdays.
What's the over and under?
I'm looking that up.
Because as I was looking at it earlier today, all I could think about was this appears of a game that won't have a ton of points scored.
You think TJ Watt will have a night?
Yes, I do think the Steelers will play defense, and I think that
JT gonna go off.
I think Watt's first game back, he's gonna want to make a statement.
TJ Watt 2 sacks plus 200.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Stephon Gilmore, 1 interception, plus 650. I had to take that just because it's a Hall of Famer and Kenny Pickett throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But like Heavy Steph was saying, I think Freiermuth gets some yardage and some fantasy points tonight.
Well, they're going to have to grind it out a little bit. It's going to be old school smash mouth kind of stuff on that side of the ball. I just wonder, can the Colts – the Colts are just baffling to me. Gosh, they're just baffling because I want so bad to be now I just want to see them blow up. I want to see them implode because you couldn't do it when I said, and
I'm of the exact same mind.
I want them to run the table because I want to put it in Joe Thomas's fat face that he takes it way too seriously. He's crying on Good Morning Football because they hired somebody who doesn't have coaching experience. It's like, it's interim as far as we knew then, and let's cut him a little slack and give him a chance. Who are they going to bring in right now that's going to be a whole lot better, that's going to salvage the season? Why not? Is it smart? No. Is it the dumbest thing in the world I've ever seen? Probably not, but I don't know. Don't go crying about it. It's for you, Joe Thomas.
Let me tell you what, I have a hard time with these guys that retire and they're offensive tackles and they lose 150 pounds and now they look skinny. I can't take
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
Don't like it
Be Saragusa. You want to be Saragusa? Be Saragusa. Don't be the guy that is pretending to be something he's not. Keep the weight.
Hey, Heavy says the line was at +3. That was the line to take. He said now that it dropped, he'd pass on it.
Yeah. I think the Steelers can win.
Will always look better big.
Will says Pitt money line. Let's go.
Yeah,
that's where Eric likes that. You like that bet?
Yeah.
Will's on Pitt tonight?
Money line.
Has there been a bigger mismatch?
Throw some American courtesy
than tonight.
Huh?
Has there been a bigger mismatch of coaching aptitude than tonight? Yeah, Mike Tomlin
shouldn't be close
versus Jeff Saturday.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be close.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
But that tells me that it will be.
Yeah.
Do you think Jeff Saturday is going to have a microphone?
Dumb motherfucker over there. I swear to God, practice next week. I'm sure he had a talk with him.
Yeah.
I just feel like I could see Pittsburgh coming out and lining up in some Michigan set, some full house backfield, and just double tighten it up, just 4 yards in a cloud of dust kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's what.
Just
Well, what I
pound
can. I
Najee up
mean,
the middle. Dump it
I don't
off
know.
the Fryer move.
Is Matty Ice starting tonight?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Sure
he's
he
the guy.
is. Sure, because he got his coach can. Now he's going to win.
Yeah.
I hope he gets. I hope he just doesn't play well.
I think TJ Watt's going to give him some trouble back there.
I hope he gives him some sweet chin music for me because I was on board with them and they sucked.
So you think they're going to bottle up JT? Do you think Pittman has a day? How's the points going to go tonight?
Well, I'm not convinced on JT doing well tonight at all. Everybody else says the other. I just don't. I don't see it. I think he's beat up. I think he's been beat up. You know, it's kind of like that deal I saw today with Rodgers saying he was going to start on Saturday against the Bears, and I was like, really? I mean, what are we doing?
Oh, it's the Bears. He owns the Bears. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing says I own you like leaving out on a stretcher.
All right, so I gotta let me get to this because Coach, you were gone. So give me your thoughts on Love.
You know, I
watched it.
For a guy that likes to throw rocks at that dude, and I hate the draft pick.
Oh God!
I was impressed that he came off the bench and was ready to come in and do what any backup should do. Now, that being said, I don't think that he's any different than Brandon Weeden. Brandon Weeden could have made that same pass. They would have had the same result. I am impressed that he is mature enough in his holding a clipboard days to come off the bench and be an asset and not a detriment. But does that mean in any way, shape, or form that I feel like that he is the draft pick and the greatness that they proclaimed and traded up to get? Hell to the no.
You know what? The only thing I am worried about is getting a boner.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not on board that. He didn't do that for me. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, Christian Watson looked good. He looked good
fast.
last night. Fast.
And
He
again,
looks like a deer.
why it took him 10 weeks to get that motor fired up, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, where the hell was that in week 1 through, I don't know, 8?
Because he probably had Rodgers up his ass and didn't know his hand from his foot.
Yeah, maybe
Rodgers leaves and he can run a route now.
He's the closest thing to a number 1 receiver that they have on the roster, and he's still light years away from anybody that they've had there in the last decade.
God, Adams looked good last night or yesterday. Even with a bad quarterback,
he looks great.
Hey, Eric, he's
a
double car garage guy.
Yeah,
he's good.
You get that within a double car garage of his hands, he's gonna go find it.
Yeah, no, he's a different animal.
He
He's
put up
that
numbers
good.
with Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
So that
There's about 5 of them in the league. Adams being number 1.
Jefferson,
Hopkins.
Diggs.
Hopkins is another one.
Yep, Diggs is a guy. Justin Jefferson's a guy.
There's about 5, and then a distant second to everybody else.
Tyreek's fast, but he doesn't catch the ball
He's
like
not that
those
guy.
guys. No.
He's not that guy.
Megatron was that kind of guy. TJ Watt, 3 sacks. Eric, we betting this. Are
I
you
don't.
with this?
I don't have it available on my site. I just checked. But I am in a parlay 2 sacks and Pittsburgh money line.
How about TJ Watt sack first play of the game? Find me those odds. It's hitting.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Is that Will?
That's Will.
What do you think the odds would be
Yeah.
on that, though? That's got to be a long
Like
shot, right?
That's like 150,
huge.
100 to 1, 125 to 1. That'd
Yeah.
be
We
fun.
could-
I
we
love
could-
some.
Bet 1,000 and win a lot of monies.
I love
So
some
if-
immediate.
I have a question. Going back to Rodgers, if he's got a broken thumb, right,
Yep.
and now his ribs are broken, he's got broken ribs. Is he still your guy? Like, hey, he'll still do better, for sure.
I think he's played his last snap as a Green Bay Packer. That's what I think.
Whoa. that's a
Whoa,
hot take.
Eric. God,
He said he's
wow.
gonna
Get the
play.
shovel out.
Wow.
Jesus
Nope,
Christ.
he's not gonna play.
We got to do a proper burial? What are we doing?
Wow.
No.
Viking funeral.
Viking-
That would be
Viking
accurate.
funeral.
Can
Send
we
him
put
out.
that on the
What is it, week
whiteboard?
12?
11:28. That goes
Right.
right up there with Angela's MVP vote.
That's right.
I like both of those on the whiteboard and recognize.
I didn't walk away from that yet. I'm just saying.
And you should. And you should. You should walk away from it. It's time.
Yep, I was just talking about that with Will today.
11:28.
If if Love plays the Bears, then why even come back? You're not coming back to beat the Bears. You're not coming back to win the division. What
you think he's coming back to play for a free agent contract?
They know what he is. He doesn't need to prove anything to anybody.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Why? So what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
Just because?
Yeah, why play? Why would either party be motivated to have him play? The team is going to want to see what they have in Jordan Love, and he knows he's blowing town after this, and whatever check that is, it's going to be equally big whether he plays the rest of this season or not.
Do you believe that there are people lined up around the block to write him a check to come and spend a quarter of their salary cap on him? Because I don't.
It just takes two idiots.
Yeah, it does. He's right.
And you know what? That is very accurate. You're right.
Or sometimes one idiot and a perceived imaginary idiot also bidding.
Yes, true.
True.
So give me your short list of the teams that are lined up to write that check.
The Jets.
I would have to look at the Jets would seriously think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the 49 or the Rams would put together something. They would sell.
They can't afford that.
The Rams can't. The Rams
Burbank
don't have the
properties.
Remember this too, guys. That
I wonder who can afford it.
He's not this isn't a guy you're going to bring into the locker room to coach your next quarterback.
No. This is a mercenary.
Will said trade him to Las Vegas for Adams.
That would be beautiful.
Trade it back.
Oh man.
Hey, if we could hook in Waller, I would be all for that.
Oh man.
God, that would be epic.
So poetic.
We'll take Carr and Adams.
So the most cap space: Browns, Bears, Broncos, Panthers, Raiders, Colts. Panthers, Raiders, Colts. Falcons what they drafted Desmond Ridder. They're not ready though. And then Cowboys, 49ers. 49ers might be interested.
I don't think they have enough in their wallet to get it done. Of all those you named, the Panthers definitely do. They have it and they would do it, but I don't think he would go there. Indianapolis,
they're not ready to win.
Indianapolis is a place that he would perceive that he could go and win.
He think so?
And he gets to go to the AFC and play indoors. Yeah. I mean, again, we're speculating and we're way out there ahead of this. I'm just saying of those teams you named, there's a little bit of a where can I go and win factor that comes in at this stage of the game for him, because he's not going to want to go and just be a sacrificial lamb for 4 years during a rebuild, because he can do that right where
he doesn't need the money.
No. He wants a place he can walk in and be a Super Bowl contender when he enters the building.
Or he just wants to go to an island and chill.
Or win another MVP. I mean, and there's no better middle finger in the air than when you go to another team and win an MVP. I mean, you can ask Brady.
Yeah.
And a Super Bowl.
That's like, hey, it wasn't me. See?
Yeah. Because then that's exactly what it is. I told you the organization.
He would absolutely do that, Eric.
And here the team
he would do it in a heartbeat.
This team is in shambles.
Well, when I think about him in free agency, that's exactly the route that I think. Him sitting at a big table, rubbing on herbal ointments, going, where can I go and win and stick it up their ass?
That was awesome. Because I can picture it.
Yep. You don't understand modern medicine. It's done nothing.
Stirring his matcha
blue
tea.
of earth, rubbing some lizard jizz on his shoulder, and him telling him
lizard
jizz.
Babe, it only works if you believe it.
Drinking a cup with the glowing blue water off the water boy from the glacier.
Yeah.
Is that the same as being a vegetarian?
It's
not filling me up. No, you have to believe it fills you up.
Oh, that sounds like something Brandy would try to tell me. Babe, you've got to believe that it'll make you full, okay? I know you're on your 7th slice of pizza, but you have to believe that you're full now. I think she actually told me that this weekend. She's like, you've got to be close to full right now. And I was like, no, first off, You
When
need to
she
back
says
up the
that, she's
judgment
been
train because I
observing
don't
you for
like the
10
tone
minutes.
that you're giving me.
The judgment.
Second off, I might, now that you've said that, I might order another one.
Right.
How about
That's
that?
how I would be,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah, then we're getting
I got some
defiant.
banquets in the refrigerator. I'm going to enjoy this game tonight. I'm gonna pop the top on some banquets. And let me just tell you, it's full force Thanksgiving weekend over at my house. It's a good time.
Oh my god. Did you indulge in pie? Did you have
Oh,
pie?
the hell I did.
Pop
Let
the
me just tell
top
you,
on
man.
some-
Big ones in the front and little ones double up. I was hitting the pie as fast as I could shove it in my gullet, man. I mean, and let me just tell you, you're dealing with a professional. I show up at Thanksgiving and I judge how the meal's going to go by how many pies we have out there. Anything less than about 4 varieties, this is Bush League. We don't have enough pies.
Fridge.
Right.
We don't have enough
In
pies.
the fridge.
You have to question where you're going next year. If that's
My family makes fun of me because I'm like, how many, what's the over and under on the number of pies? And I'm talking like, if you have 2 pies of the same kind, it counts as 1 pie. That's
right.
That's irrelevant. I need multiple. Variety is the spice of life.
It is.
I need to take the pie tour and get off somewhere around the time where I'm either going to get sick or I've got to take a nap. That's where I'm at. That's how I roll on Thanksgiving.
Are you elastic waistband guy, or are you like moving my belt strap, like belt loop? Like,
I'm wearing eating pants. I'm bringing the elastic waistband and I'm doing damage.
There we go.
The last thing I want to be doing is adjusting a belt during that carnage.
No time for that.
There's no time.
No, I gotta have
you can't endure pain like that. You have to be able to
ahead of
adjust
your
on the
stomach.
fly.
Yeah, I gotta have elastic, and listen, man, I'm ready to do business. Thanksgiving is business to me. Like I like it. There was a time in my life I would prepare for Thanksgiving. Now I just I just let it go. I'm getting old.
They show Coach entering Thanksgiving with a gym bag and some headphones on.
Hey, that's the way it is. I get like a little meat sweat going. I sit down at the table. It's on. Give me my theme music like prime time. I got my own eating music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got Tums in the back pocket just in
yeah.
case.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm doing it big.
What the heck? Here's the deal. I'm the best there is. I wake up in the morning on Kiss Excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine.
I love
You would have been excited because at the Lions game they had deep fried turkey legs, like a tray with a big turkey leg in it. And we tried to get it so we could try it, and it's sold out. Like it's sold out. And then we tried again, sold out again. Like they couldn't make them fast enough. You would have loved that.
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, you're right. I would have loved that. I've had several different kinds of turkey, and they do a Cajun fried turkey here. You see these buffoons that are throwing them in their yard. They don't thaw them out. They drop them in there and they explode.
Right.
Those things on the internet, you've seen them, but no, Cajun fried turkey is amazing. And I love that. But man, Thanksgiving is my jam. I love Thanksgiving. And it's hard for me to shut it down. It's really hard. It's like a train with no brakes. Once I get on that, it's hard for me to shut it back down. Today, I was doing good. I rolled into school today. Things were, kind of going in my favor. I knew I was going to be there long because I had detention today. And so it was going to be a long day for me. In rolls my teaching partner. She's been to Buc-ee's, brings me a sack of beaver nuggets. You guys ever hit anything like that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so confused right now. Please explain.
Oh, cheese and rice.
I only understood 30% of that sentence.
I'm like beaver nugget. I freaked out. Like I don't.
So first off, have you guys ever been to Buc-ee's?
Never been to a Buc-ee's.
Oh my God.
You ain't living.
Okay, listen. Buc-ee's. Let me give you an
He
example.
wipes his face.
Buc-ee's is like a
look at the wonderment in his eyes.
Shopping mall of greatness for food. They have food. They have clothes. The mascot's a beaver on the sign. You can get gas out front.
It's a quick trip. It's Texas
the most
quick
amazing
trip.
thing. You name the best convenience store you've ever had, times it by 10,000, put it in a shopping mall that's all one thing in a carnival of the senses, and that's what a Buc-ee's is.
Okay.
It is the greatest thing. And so in Buc-ee's, they have, first off, every food you eat there is pretty damn amazing. Like everything.
Heather says beaver nuggets are amazing.
They're ringing a bell in every 15
I still don't know what the hell they are. Help me out here.
Hold on, we're getting there. Every 15 minutes, they're ringing a dinner bell and chopping brisket right in front of you, making brisket sandwiches.
What?
You can order burritos. Brisket. You can do whatever. I mean, listen, this thing.
This sounds amazing.
It's like Mardi Gras of food, and it's going on at every freaking Buc-ee's that there is.
Every day, all day, all night.
Now, if that's not enough, the 47 different styles of fountain drinks that you can get a hold of, and then you can get you some boxer shorts with a beaver on them. So swim trunks, boxer shorts, sunglasses, whatever the hell you want. So
okay, back to the beaver nuggets.
The beaver nuggets on your way out, they have racks of these now if you can imagine, okay, like a cheese ball. You guys had cheese balls, right?
Yep.
Like a cheese puff?
Yeah,
like not a cheese puff, like a cheesy
right?
poof. Okay.
Yes. Now imagine that kind of thing in a bean shape with every flavor you could imagine. Every flavor. I'm talking they have caramel, they have hot and spicy, they have barbecue, and I mean, listen, they're on the wall, and you can grab whatever flavor you want, and they come in a package about like this because everything in Texas is massive. And let me just tell you, every time I stop, I hit a bag of those. I get a different kind every time. Never gone away unhappy. They're always amazing. And it's one of those deals where you hit like a handful and you think, man, that's kind of good. I could get into that. And then about 5 miles down the road, you're halfway back through. You got crumbs all over you, and you're like, what just happened? I went into it. I mean, I don't know if they're putting MSG in those things.
Looking like amazing. A T-Rex.
It's amazing. So I was doing good today at school. My teaching partner brought me a sack of beaver nuggets. And so I cracked those things open at my desk, and things went out of hand. I mean,
I thought for sure these were like fried chunks of beaver.
No.
My
No.
mom makes like a caramel corn out of like, which sounds like that. Like it's like those popcorn puff things, like a okie dokie or some, I don't know what or whatever. Yeah. And she makes caramel corn. So I get what you're talking about. I get how.
Yeah,
so
and
so
listen,
sweet or savory.
Yes, you can get. They have them both, and if you ever get an opportunity to pull into a Buc-ee's, and you'll see it because 20 miles outside of a Buc-ee's on both sides.
The size of a Walmart.
It is the size of a Walmart, and the bathrooms there clean as a Safeway chicken, my man. You go in there and handle business. It is clean. It's clean as your grandmother's floor. Beautiful. You never seen a cleaner bathroom. And 20 miles on both sides, they'll tell you on the damn sign. Stop in, use our facilities. It's the cleanest you'll ever see. And and listen, when you go into the bathroom, it isn't like you're going to be standing room only like at the stadium. It's 40 rows deep. Pick you a stall, cowboy, and they're individual. They're individual. You can have some privacy. Take your shirt off if you need to. You can do whatever you want in there. Amazing. Buc-ee's is amazing.
Singing the praises of the bathroom.
Take your shirt off.
It's the most amazing. You could George Costanza it all day long. It's amazing.
Hey, brought to you by Buc-ee's.
All right.
Let me tell you, if I can, man, I love Buc-ee's. I should get some.
We can tell. I can tell.
If you're out there right now, I will. I'm your guy. I will be the spokesman for every Buc-ee's. I quit my job today.
Will said
you got my vote.
That's exactly it.
Oh my god.
Beaver nuggets on.
Man.
Hey, you ever get an opportunity to go to Buc-ee's? Don't
you go.
Don't
you
even
go your ass to Buc-ee's.
You just go.
Get that opportunity. You just go. Don't ask questions.
And they're hard to find. I mean, listen.
I was gonna say, how far south do I have to go?
I live in Oklahoma City, and I will tell you, the nearest one to me is Dallas. Well, Denton. Denton has.
Shit, I was just there.
Yeah, Denton, Dallas, and they're all through the South. Like you head down to Orange Beach. There's one in Alabama. But hey, there's one between here and Houston. It's amazing.
Man, I got brisket on the mind now.
Oh, listen, man, they chop it in front of you.
We're world famous. I think that we need to do a show outside of a Buc-ee's.
I'll do it. I'll do it. They don't even have to pay me. I'll do it.
right. Well, I think that about covers it.
Hey, we got our corn pop guy?
Yep.
Corn pop guy.
I nominate Finnegan, honestly.
I'm gonna tell it. Corn Pop's a bad dude.
So you got Tyreek
Ran with
Hill,
some bad boys.
Ran with some bad boys. I think Coach likes Jordan Love, I thought.
Josh Jacobs did have 300 yards.
300 yards.
Yeah, Jacobs. That's your guy.
A lot of yards.
229 rushing, 74 receiving yards.
I mean, we got to give it to Josh Jacobs, right?
Yep. I think you get 300 yards, that's an automatic.
That's an automatic. That's
yeah,
hard
you're
to do.
in. You're in.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Let's go watch some football. Thank you, Angela and Coach, for joining us. That would not have been a show without you guys. We'll see you next Monday night. Till then, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.